Hello, beautiful people. This is Dr. Dane. Welcome to this installment of the Tour of Consciousness. What a great pleasure it is to be with you. Happy holiday 2021. How does it get any better than that? I'm wearing my holiday shirt that I look like my Christmas tree. And I got my Christmas tree. Look, all the way up there. There's an angel up on top. And I'm not going to venture a guess on how the angel stays atop the tree for a month or 6 weeks out of the year. Don't go visual. Anyway, now I went visual. Oh well. So what is the tool for today? Well, there's a couple things. One is one of the awarenesses that we had a long time ago, and I say we, me and the mouse in my pocket. Actually, me, my friend Gary, and in Access Consciousness, we were looking at this when the global financial crisis occurred. And also when 2012 occurred, remember 2012? Remember how the world was going to end because the Mayan calendar didn't predict past 2012 and it didn't end? Well, what happened was a lot of people started going really slowly. They started driving slowly. There was this sense in the world of, I just want to lay in bed and just wait for the end. And I don't know about you, but I've noticed something similar in the last week or two. And so I just wanted to point that out because I was on a telecall yesterday with some phenomenal people from around the world. And I realized, oh my goodness, it's a similar thing to what occurred in 2012 and also the global financial crisis, which people seem to try to handle stress by slowing down. But here's what I found is you're most you when you're fast. Now, a lot of people think fast means frantic. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is you're most you when you're fast. Ooh, there. Better background there. Hey, see the peacocks? Those are not alive. Just so you know, they're not, yeah. Okay, just want to point that out. But you're actually most you when you're fast, and it's kind of like being in a spaceship, right? You're going, I don't know, 15,000 miles an hour or something, but outside of you and all around you is just total peace. And that's what I've noticed is we're most us when we have more going on. You know, we've said for a long time, you need to have, for a long time, easy for me to speak English today. We've said for a long time that you need to have at least 10 things going on at all times. Otherwise you get bored. And also you start screwing up the one or two things that you do. And this is so counter to what most of us have been taught. You know, we've been taught that we need to focus on one thing. Otherwise we're going to mess it up. I found it's exactly the opposite, at least for us weirdos, us seekers of the world. I found that it's actually the more you have going on, the more present you are with all of it, and the less thinking that you do, the more being that you do, the more ease and the more joy. So if you've noticed yourself slowing down during the holiday season, maybe now would be a good time to ask, is this actually my reality? Or am I picking up on somebody else's and going backwards to some old reference point? And everything that is, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. If you don't know those words, go to theclearingstatement.com because basically it's one of the biggest upgrades in personal development since we've had personal development, and I explain it there. So, next thing is, one of the other things that starts to occur around this time of year, especially as we've got Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever the heck it is you celebrate coming up. And, although I guess if you're celebrating Hanukkah, you're probably already in mid-celebration. All of your, friends that celebrate Christmas are envious of you right now because you've already gotten a gift and they've got to wait a couple more days. Anyway, what happens is people start to try to make these really big, grand moves. It's like, okay, I had a New Year's resolution to, I don't know, let's say lose weight or whatever. And they're like, okay, maybe I can work out 12 hours a day for the next 7 days before the new year gets here, and then I'll figure it out, which is like, whew, goodness. Okay, so if you take these two things together, the slowdown, and then, ooh, didn't my lighting get wonderful as the sun came in? Hello, thank you, sun. Nice to see you. By the way, here I'm in Houston. It's December 20-something, December 20-something. And it's like 70 friggin' degrees outside. It is beautiful. We've had a couple weeks of cold, but other than that, it's been gorgy-porgy pudding pie. So anyway, if you put these two things together, trying to do really big things and at the same time go really slow, that's a recipe for serious, sort of wonky, crunchy, stucky, yucky, what the fucky stuff. So one of the things I like to put in your awareness is, what about the possibility of allowing yourself to ask this question? Because what we try to do is we try to make this really big choice that will change everything. And if I've learned anything over the last 21 years, it's actually the accumulation of small choices that start to create a change. So what if you just ask, what small choice can I make right now that will create this or head in the direction of creating this? What small choice can I make right now that would allow me to be happier? Another great question, what small choice can I make right now? Like speaking English, what small choice can I make right now that would make this easier? What small choice can I make right now that would allow all of this to occur with ease? Notice there's some relaxation in that. And with that, the relaxation, see, for me, the relaxation and the speed actually go together, which is interesting. For me, what I've noticed is when I am trying to make a really big choice, one choice to rule them all, the Lord of the Rings choice, that's really stressful. And then also when I'm like, oh, I've got to slow everything down and I've got to try to meaning I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to create. I want to wait until something is figured out before I take another move, which is sort of what I mean by slow down. I realize that I need to keep moving. So what if you could keep moving? But what if you could keep moving by making small choices? Like, what small choice can I make in this moment? And for me, I asked that, and it was time to make a True Consciousness video. And so, yeah, what about that? Do you notice it relaxes you? It brings a sense of ease. And anytime you relax and have a sense of ease, that's when you're truly being you. Because remember, what's true for you always makes you lighter. A lie always makes you heavier. So rather than believe you need to slow down and stop creating and stop enjoying and stop interacting like a lot of people have right now, remember, who does this belong to? There's a whole playlist I have here on YouTube for it. And rather than believing you need to make the one big choice that rules them all, what small choice can I make that will allow this to occur with ease? And what small choices can I make to function at the speed of space I as a being actually do? And everything that doesn't allow that, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And also, just a side note, I hope you've checked out my new podcast, The Possibility Explorer. I figure I've got about 8 episodes in me before I get bored. I'm on number 6. Number 6 will be coming out soon. So I hope you have seen those. If you haven't, you can go to thepossibilityexplorer.com or anywhere podcasts are sold. They're not actually sold. Between you and me, if you've never listened to one, they're free. Oh my goodness, how does it get any better than that? And please go check it out. And if you end up watching it here on YouTube, please give it a like, give it a subscribe. I'd be so grateful, because that way other people can find it. And there have been some really beautiful gems that have been coming out, and a sense of more ease, a sense of more space. And I could think of few things that are just more wonderful to have as your life. So what if you truly being you, with the ease of allowing yourself to make the small choices that create the big changes over time, and moving at the speed of space as you do, are the gift, the change, and the possibility this world requires. This is part of having your reality this holiday season, and hope this one contributes. If it does, like I said, please like and subscribe and let people know. See you soon, my beautiful friends. Bye-bye.